Yo, what's your boy Ghost here, and today I'm bringing us another Warzone 3 video. Today, we're going to take a look at the new best class setups after the Season 2 update. Obviously, with new seasons always comes a lot of weapon changes, and it may be a little difficult to figure out what exactly the best guns are to use. But don't worry, today I'm going to get you alright with the best class setups after the update. Let's get into it. And for the first weapon, we have the Pelington 762, which is a weapon that just doesn't seem to go away. Uh, Nerf after nerf doesn't seem to be enough. As you guys know, Season 1 Reloaded update, it got nerfed and it didn't really do much. Still remained a powerful weapon. And unfortunately, in this update, I would have to say that the same thing has occurred, just because the only thing that they touched was the conversion kit. And the only notable change that came from that was that the minimum damage went from 34 to 30, which is not enough. And also, the base just pulling me out did not get nerfed. It was just a conversion kit. And man, the base weapon is still really good. So I don't really know what the process is behind this. I don't understand why they just can't straight up just nerf it. It's been meta for too long now, and I would expect it in the Season 2 update to still be a top gun for a little bit. Maybe they have a quick turnaround, kind of like how the Wasp Swarm NDC Interceptor got nerfed 2 days after the Season 1 Reload update. Maybe we see something similar to that with this weapon. But as of now, day one, it's going to be slamming. So, yeah. But with that being said, let's move on to the next weapon. And here we have the second weapon, which is the new LMG that dropped in Season 1 Reloaded update. Some of you guys may not even know this gun exists because I don't remember any promotion about this weapon at all. I couldn't tell you a post that I saw about it when Season 1 Reloaded dropped. And that's also because the game literally broke on that day. So all the thing that mattered was getting the game fixed. I didn't care about any of the content that dropped. The only thing I remember was just that the new SMG obviously came into the game. But this gun completely just didn't even know it was in the game until I was scrolling through the categories. I saw that there was an LMG that was locked, and I was like, oh, let me unlock that. You gotta do like week 7 weekly challenges or something like that, and we got it. And this gun honestly just wasn't not that much to talk about. It wasn't spectacular, not better than the pulling me out, not even close really to competitive with that gun. It was definitely an average weapon prior to the Season 2 update until it got buffed in this update. And this buff may be enough to propel it into competition with the Pelington 762. Obviously, time will tell, but I have a good feeling about this update because it got significantly buffed. It got the minimum and max damage increased significantly, and I just think there's a chance here that we could be seeing a new meta if that nerf for the Pelington, which I don't think did enough, but if that nerf did just enough, just to put it a little bit lower, and this tackle barber got a little higher, this might be the meta switch. Or at the very least, an alternative to the Pelington 762. I think that's the worst case scenario. It'll just be an alternative. Not necessarily better, but you know what I'm saying, you could use it and still do good. But anyways, moving on to the next weapon. And for the next weapon, we have the HRM9, which unfortunately, I kind of wish there was going to be a different meta moving into Season 2. Granted, this weapon hasn't been meta for that long, but like their approach to the SMGs in this update was just completely lackluster. They only changed 2 SMGs, and this gun didn't even get changed at all, really. It only got nerfed in the damage range aspect, and that's not even relevant in my opinion. Because this gun, you're just trying to use it for close range. I literally don't have a barrel on this class setup because I don't care about the other ranges. So that change was not relevant at all. They should have attacked it from like damage perspective instead of damage range, but they didn't. And so I really don't expect this weapon to really move out of the meta, especially with the fact that they didn't really buff any other SMG. They did buff the Wasp 9 slightly, and I think there's a possibility that the Wasp 9 is now going to probably jump ahead of the other SMGs and fight with this weapon for the meta spot, but that's yet to be seen. I obviously think this weapon is still going to remain the top dog for at least the first couple weeks until maybe they decide to tweak it because it's being used by everybody. But for now, like I said, with the lackluster change, can't see this weapon getting kicked out of the top spot of the SMG category. And yeah, man. But with that being said, let's move on to the next weapon. And here we have the next weapon, which is the MTZ 762, which is a weapon that definitely should have gotten nerfed more than it did in this update. Heck, it didn't even get nerfed at all in this update, which is kind of insane because the BAS-B got significantly nerfed in this update, which I expected. I knew this was coming, and it got completely nerfed and essentially eliminating any opposition to this weapon in their own category, the battle rifle category. The only thing that changed about this weapon was just an adjustment of making the semi-automatic mode do the same damage as the fully automatic mode. And like I didn't even who uses this gun as a semi-automatic? I didn't use it as semi-automatic. I used it fully automatic, and this gun was amazing. And I'm pretty sure they also didn't even patch like the 40 round mag exploit where you can get a 40 round mag on this weapon by doing like the conversion kit thing in the pregame lobby. I think they didn't even patch that. I didn't fully read through it, but under the MTZ 762 in the patch notes, they didn't address that at all. So I think you can still even put the 40 round mag on it, which is just like, man, it's kind of a head scratcher because in this update, it really feels like they just went for all the weapons around the meta weapons and didn't really address the meta weapons themselves. And so, really, in terms of metas, I don't see that much changing moving into the season unless they like do a nerf 2 days from now, like they did with Season 1 Reloaded. But again, man, I expect this weapon to still be very, very good. A very good option. It's, like, if you guys used it prior to the update, bro, it's going to be the same because nothing changed. And I just, and man, like I said, very questionable decisions were made in some of these nerfs and buffs. With that being said, let's move on to the last weapon. And last but not least, we have the AMR9, which, in my opinion, I think is the second best SMG leading into this update. It got buffed 2 times from the Season 1 Reloaded update to today. It got buffed in that update, and then it got buffed a week later, and it made this one very, very good. And I thought it was the runner-up to the HRM9. Obviously, with the WAS9 getting buffed in this update, I'm not too sure how that fits into the equation now. I don't know if the WAS9 is slightly better than this weapon, making that the runner-up. But I could say this with confidence that the WAS9, the AMR9, the HRM are definitely the top 3 SMGs in the respective category. All the other SMGs are still very good, but I would say that these 3 are definitely above all the other ones. Can't wait to use the WAS9 though, just to kind of get an understanding how it feels after the update. Because like I said, that update was pretty significant. So, I'm curious to see how it stands now. And by the end of the week, I should probably like be able to give you guys a solid ranking of how I feel about the LMGs. But like I said, I think these are the top 3. And if the HRM somehow got nerfed in like the next week very swiftly, I will look towards any of those 2 to replace it for meta. But regardless, man, at the end of the day, the Season 2 update, in my opinion, in terms of weapon balance, was a little bit lackluster, especially in addressing the metas. I think overall there were some interesting changes made to certain weapons, but addressing the actual metas, they didn't do the best job, which is a little unfortunate because I really wanted the pulling me out gone out of the meta, and it just doesn't seem like that was in their plans at all. So, like I said, I could be wrong. Maybe again they got an update cooking very very soon, like 2 days, maybe next week, where they address it properly. But for now, this is what we got. At least we got Fortune's Keep though, so can't wait to play that map. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully these class setups help you guide you in this new season. And yeah, man, go get some dubs. I'm out. Peace.